Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, President Buhari commissions J. Randle, Lagos Blue Rail Line, and Governor Sanwo-Olu signs 1.768 trillion naira budget. Let's bring you the concluding part of the project commissioning by President Muhammadu Buhari in Lagos. The President commissions the John Randall Center for Yoruba Culture and History, a unique preservation of heritage of the people. Take a look.
Located at the loop of the Onikon roundabout, Lagos Island, it's remodeled into a recreation and tourism center as part of plans by the state government to transform the area into a hub for tourism and recreational activity.
Distinguished guests, may we all rise as we welcome the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, and his host, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu.
The John Randall Center, originally built in 1928, used to serve as a hub for cultural tourism, recreation and entertainment. Its reconstruction started in 2018. Governor Sanwo-Olu said the center fitted into the state's overall objectives in arts, culture and tourism, as stipulated in the recently launched 20-year Arts and Tourism Master Plan towards making Lagos a tourism destination. Covering an area of about 11,000 square meters, the John Randall Center is designed to engage the public with the richness of Yoruba culture and history through art, music, religion and language.
With the commissioning of the first phase of the Blue Rail Line mass transit by President Muhammadu Buhari, Lagos now officially has a state-operated rail system. The President also witnessed the signing of the commencement of the Phase 2 of the project from Mile 2 to Okokomaiko.
The President moves to Marina, the venue of the inauguration of the Lagos Blue Rail Line stations. A Chinese construction corporation, CCECC, executed the rail infrastructure. The country's ambassador to Nigeria in his remarks says the Blue Line is a sustainable project.
The Blue Line is sustainable line. Why sustainable? Without the sustainable line of life, the better life. Everybody knows Lagos is rising. So I want to share with you, Lagos people and government not only survive, we are reviving, and also we will thrive. So this Blue Line really can play a pivotal role to realize our thriving life and a better life. And the third Blue Line, my observation is harmony, the simony line of harmony of Nigeria and China. We seek to harmony in coexistence, harmony in integration, harmony in diversity, and harmony in development. So, Mr. Governor, are you happy? Are you satisfied? This Blue Line, we can achieve the speed line, sustainable line, speed line of time, sustainable line of better life of Lagos people and Nigerian people, and the symphony line of harmony, not only Nigeria, Lagos, and also China and Nigeria, China. And also I want to take this opportunity, Mr. President, what try to share with you the great things with you about 3 initiatives of Chinese president. We believe that the 2 presidents are taking the leading role, guide us to work together and to move forward. So the initiative proposed by Chinese President Xi Jinping, the first is Global Development Initiative. Last September, proposed by Chinese President. We believe that development holds the key of the nation.
The Deputy Governor, Kadri Hamzat, describes the Blue Line as the most audacious project funded by a subnational in the history of the country.
History is being made as we gather to commission the most audacious project to be funded by a subnational in Africa. The Lagos Blue Line Rail Project is a 27-kilometer rail system from Marina, where we are, to Kokomaiko, which is west of Lagos. Its construction was divided into phases for ease of implementation. It is expected to move more than 500,000 passengers when the entire line is eventually completed. In fact, the signing of the agreement of the second phase will take place today. In Lagos State, our transportation strategy is multimodal, bringing together the various elements of road, rail, and water in a seamless manner that makes commuting an interesting and easy experience for our residents. Coincidentally, Marina, where we are making history today, is central to our integrated multimodal transport system, being a melting point for all the transportation modes. So here you can take the bus underneath, and you can of course take the ferry when you get off the rail. It is therefore not surprising that since its completion, the landmark Blue Rail Line has elicited much jubilation among residents who are excited to be part of this history. This excitement, no doubt, is justifiable, considering the fact that this project will certainly help to reduce pressures on our road, enhance the economic well-being of the nations, and put our state on the same pedestal as others of its status around the world. As we all know, our people come first in all we do. They are the bedrock of our government. This project, therefore, above all, is all about the people of Lagos.
For the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the rail project has received tremendous assistance from the federal government.
This Blue Line project, in collaboration also with the Nigerian Railway Corporation, who are also the regulators on the rail services. Mr. President, we're proud to be associated with your bold national vision for infrastructural transformation. I would like to also pay special tribute, like my deputy also said, the architect of modern Lagos, our leader and our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Blue Line we're commissioning here today is a product of timeless vision by Lagos State, a vision that dates back 20 years. On one of the greatest legacies was developing a comprehensive roadmap for the future of Lagos, one that is laid out of the clearly pathway for a modern, prosperous, and globally competitive mega city. Lagos Strategic Transport Master Plan, STMP, was envisioned as a 6 metro line, of which the Blue Line, which is a 27-kilometer running from Marina to Kokomaiko, was the first that we're completing. Over the years, the journey has been eventful and many challenges have been surmounted, including lack of support from previous government, especially the PDP government, when they were in power. It is no secret that the only ambition that the party was to capture Lagos, but not to give us the necessary support. But with your government, we have received tremendous support, especially on the Lagos-Badagry Express Road, which is the main corridor for this rail project. This made it clear, including unconstitutional holding of funds, at critical times for Lagos State. But we have moved on, and Lagos is continuing the rising, and we're beginning to see big, bold developments happening under your watch. Thankfully, those dark days are behind us. The completion of this Blue Line here, the first rail system by a subnational in Africa with a sea crossing. Mr. President, you will cross sea with this rail track. It's a testament that indeed the dark days of oppression are behind us as a government. And what you'll be commissioning today is the first phase between Marina here to Okokomaiko, and we will sign, the phase 2 in another few minutes from now. This phase 1, like Mr. Deputy Governor said, has 5 stations. From here in Marina, it goes to National Theatre, Igombun Station, Alaba Station, Orile Station, and Mile 2 Station. They're expected to cover just less than 15 minutes as compared to a journey time that hitherto will take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. The benefits, Mr. President, are obvious. It will reduce travel time, it will improve the quality of life of our citizens, and it will make Lagos one of the most resilient mega cities, not only in Africa, but it will compete with other mega cities in the world. And Mr. President, it is also on track that we will be commissioning the Red Line before the end of your administration. That, in fact, is even a bigger, better, longer rail corridor, which we're excited with the collaboration of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, where we're sharing the rail corridor. It might also note you that this blue line system will be powered end-to-end by an high-voltage electricity to be supplied by a dedicated independent power, as well as a backup system that means that the operation of this line will have zero carbon emission impact on the environment. This iconic marina station that we're hosting here today will be the largest and the busiest in Africa.
The president also witnessed the signing of the contract for the construction of the second phase of the Blue Rail Line. He takes a 10-minute ride from Marina on the elevated train corridor to the nearest station at the National Theatre. The completion of the infrastructure for the first phase of the rapid rail transit system was launched in December 2022. The completed track, spanning 13 kilometers from Mile 2 to Marina, covers 5 stations and will run on high electricity voltage.
And the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has signed the state's 1.768 trillion naira budget of continuity into law to consolidate development strides of his administration and satisfy the yearnings of Lagos residents. The governor says the fiscal document will also expand intervention programs and intensify social support to citizens and their means of livelihoods.
Officials of the Lagos State House of Assembly, cabinet members, all seated at the Lagos House Alausa Ikeja to witness the signing into law of the state 2023 budget. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu makes his way into the conference room for the ceremony. The State Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget explains the steps taken for fiscal year allocation.
We have a very, very rigorous budgetary process that begins with an evaluation of the medium-term expenditure framework, which is followed typically by consultative fora around the state, the various divisions of the state, where we need to then consult with the people of Lagos as to what they are looking at and what they want to be included in the budget. It's also a process of accountability between us and the people of Lagos as to what we have done. But we are not alone, because the House of Assembly also engages this same stakeholder to have another view as to what the people are saying as representatives of the people of Lagos in their various stakeholder meetings. To further strengthen the process, we then go into what we call bilateral discussions with the ministries and agencies, basically to achieve two things: to ensure that what we have put in the budget is in full alignment of the medium-term sector strategy in their costing and in their alignment with the development, the Lagos State Development Plan. Having done that, we'll present our proposals considering macroeconomic indicators and considering our revenue situations. We do a presentation to the State Treasury Board for their approval. After that, we then go before Cabinet to get its approval. That is not where it ends. That is halfway done, because Mr. Governor then presents this budget to the House of Assembly, that then goes through another process of validation and defense by the respective MDAs, and that is the process that it goes. So the Lagos State budget, when we come like this to sign, has gone through the fire and through the rain. And therefore it comes out very pure, very valid, very much validated also by the people of Lagos, and is ready to support the development agenda of Mr. Governor.
Governor Sanwo-Olu assents to the 2023 appropriation bill, which stands at 1.768 trillion naira. He says the budget will focus on completing infrastructural projects that will change the face of Lagos State.
The total budget size is 1,768,155,285 naira, which is 1,768,014,155.28, which comprises of 1,019,917,646,713 naira as capital, and 748,096,508,571 as recurrent expenditure, which gives us a capital to recurrent ratio of 58 to 42%. Thank you very much. I think we deserve a round of applause for that. This budget is titled the Budget of Continuity, and our main focus being the last budget and the first tenure of our administration, which will end on May 29, 2023. Is the completion of all our ongoing projects. Some of these projects, which we know, are like the Blue Rail projects, which we have just finished, the Red Line project, which is still ongoing, 37 kilometers from Oyinbo to Agbado, the beginning of the phase 2 of the Blue Line project from Mile 2 to Kokomaiko. In the budget, it has projects continuation, hospital construction in Ojo. It has mental health hospital in Ketu-Eriyun, road networks in Badagry, in Ojo, in Amuwo, in Ikorodu, in Etiosa, school work and school new projects all around the states, and other developmental projects. You know, when all the various MDAs pull together what they think they should be doing, what Lagosians truly require, given the level of development that is required of a status of a magnitude of a state like this, it came to almost 6 trillion. You know, that was the level of what, you know, the MDs have drawn up to say that they want to believe that a state of this status must have. But we were very prudent to really ask ourselves the difficult question, how, because the ability to implement the budget can only be driven by the ability for us to generate the resources that is required. So what I'm passing on out there is that the state has a capacity to do a lot more, you know, if our citizens can also partner with us and also keep their own side of it, which is the civic responsibility. And the potentials are there. It is not overtaxing, it is not over levying or burden. It is just a process in which, what is due to Caesar is given to Caesar. Citizens must know that this is a government that wants to ensure that we keep security of life and property. We ensure that we provide opportunity for all of our citizens, be it in transportation, in public health, in education, and other areas of human endeavors. But for us to be able to achieve them, they need to see a real partner in us. And the fact that, we've seen, the growth, in the city, we've seen the growth, the opportunity amongst our citizens. In effect, we believe that our budgetary, growth also must speak to that. So in the years to come, right, that is our aspiration, and that is the kind of numbers that we will want to. So 1.7 trillion, we're just starting it. Lagos needs to be able to be in a league of committees of cities that can indeed take, the opportunity to another level and be able to, ventilate, the real, essence that we're in government, which is to provide succor for our people, to create ambience where businesses can thrive, where opportunities can be developed, and where growth, can be seen to be amongst us.
The Chairman House Committee on Appropriation commends Governor Sanwo-Olu for presenting a fiscal document that is achievable for the state.
Thank you very much. I would say once again, thank you very much for bringing this kind of budget to the House. On behalf of Mr. Speaker, who himself would have been here, but at the last minute he asked me to come and represent him with my colleagues. I don't know what came up, but he wanted to be here himself. We say thank you for this budget the bill that you brought to the House. And why I say this is that during the rigorous process of interviewing your accounting officers, the MDAs, I always say this, and they confirm it always. It's not that Lagos is rich, but Lagos has some gurus who are able to ensure that we meet the needs of Lagosians at every point in time. Mr. Governor, you have a wonderful team that is helping you drive the system. Please let me not take too much of your time because the Commissioner has given you a breakdown of the entire process. At our end, on behalf of Mr. Speaker, we want to assure you that anytime you require the House of Assembly to do its job, we'll do it diligently. Thank you very much.
The 2023 budget, called Budget of Continuity, is one that Lagosians expect to see the figures translate to capital projects that will be beneficial for all.
And that's the program for the week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, remember to stay safe. Bye for now.